sparkling spectrumite. And I am so back. Well, I am so back. I am back. That is very true. But no, I am so happy to be back doing another WIP and Chat. I know my past two WIP and Chats were focused on famous women such as Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Kalpana Chawla. And I loved doing that series. I thought it was super fun to learn about these women and to do that paint gem set. But yeah, now I'm just kind of back to a regular old WIP and Chat. And it's kind of nice though, because I really haven't talked to you guys lately as far as kind of what's been going on. And then I took a week hiatus last week. So yeah, very glad to be back. I'm all... You know, sometimes you just need that break to feel refreshed and kind of recharge your battery. And that is exactly what I did. So getting into it, let's start off with, first of all, what I'm working on. This is called Artist Room. It's by Diamond Art Club. And the artist is Mrs. Butter D. And I cannot tell you how happy this kit has made me. Just the color palette is amazing. The ABs are gorgeous. It just gives me the most happy vibes. And also it's a good size. I've been working a lot on really huge diamond paintings. And then I did the paint gem ones, but those are almost kind of like too small. So this is just exactly what I needed. It's a perfect size. I believe, let me look at the bottom here. So this is 40, it's estimated it's about 42 by 52 centimeters, which is about 17 by 21 inches. So it really is. It's just a nice little size. It's a round drill too, so that kind of makes things easier. And yes, I absolutely love it. So working on Artist Room. Tools I'm going to use today, I'm just my good Butterfly Effect Wears pen. I got this back in November and it's just pretty. It's just an good all-around pen. I'm using a thin plastics multi-placer, a four-placer, because that's what I'm most comfortable with. And then a single-placer metal tip, which I think I got these from Amazon, guys. I mean, this tip, as you can see, it was a little loose in here, so I just wrapped some washi tape around it, stuck it in, and it's good to go. So using that pen for putty today, I'm just gonna use putty, and I am using Excuse Me Designs, this pink sugar. It has got a delightful smell. I just absolutely love it. And I always love what Lisa comes up with Excuse Me Designs. I've been purchasing from her, gosh, I think she actually was the first like putty that I ever tried. And I've just always liked her stuff. And she had done this really cool Candyland pack. And so it's all these Candyland things. Like it's got cherry pop, rock candy, sweet tarts, and what are these? Oh yeah, it's got like an actual Candyland one and then gummy bear. But this pink sugar one, it just smells really nice. It's kind of a light sweet scent, but not overly sweet. So I'm gonna use her putty. Tray, oh my goodness, guys. This might be my new favorite tray. I absolutely love these. So this is my new small shop. It's on Etsy. It's called Bijou Bliss Designs. And I did an unboxing of these last week just because I could not wait to share it with you. And what I love about these trays is, first of all, they are an awesome size. Like they're a really, really nice size. And what I love about these is that these are magnetic. So you can see the lid has these little magnets on it and it just sticks right on top and your lid's not coming loose. And then it also did it for the spout too. It put these little magnets. Am I even in frame? Sorry guys. My camera's kind of set up at an odd angle today. So it's got these little magnets and it goes right in. And also what I love about this is this spout is really nice and wide. It's been really nice. I've been using this all week and the drills just slide right out. It's so nice because you know sometimes your drills can get kind of stuck in the spout. I have not had this happen at all. It is wonderful. And then what's really cool, if you don't want the lid on top, you just stick it onto the bottom like this. and it sticks on to the bottom. So love these trays. These might be my new favorite. Size, quality, color, it just has everything. So if you want one of these, definitely go check that out, because and I'll list everything too, but I really love this tray. So using that tray, and then cover minder. This is also from Bijou Bliss. So they also do little cover minders, and as you can see, they're kind of like, you know, like the little pin buttons, but instead of a pin on the back, they've just put a magnet. And this is really sweet. It came free with my order, and it says, "Go away, I'm diamond painting." I thought that was pretty good. So I'm just gonna use this because I just thought it was cute. And frankly, you know what? I mean, to me, this looks like granite she is painting, but it's like, you know what? That's my vibe right now. So cover minder, you put the top on, over the plastic, magnet down below, and there we go. So just, ooh, there we go. So it slides. All right. And then for storage, so during my week hiatus, I'd gone to Michael's just because my daughter likes to go there. She likes craft supplies. And I've always wanted to try these, but they were always like $30 at Michael's. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want to do $30 right now. So I've seen these before. These are the Craftmates, and they open up and they just have these plastic containers in them, and they lock. And so when I went to Michael's last week, sure enough, they actually had these on sale. They're like $15 each. So I was like, well, 15, that's pretty good. Like that to me is definitely worth it. And let's see here. So it's got how many containers? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. So 28 on each side. So yeah, 56 altogether. Excuse me. And so far, guys, I'm really liking it. Sorry, that's something got like caught in my throat. These might honestly also be my new favorite storage containers. I swear I got something caught in my throat. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, guys. And of course I didn't bring my water bottle downstairs. That would have helped, Hannah. That's okay though. I think I'm good. So yeah, so what it is like, so they're all connected, and then you push this button in and then you can lift them up. And I really like these. They lock into place. For me, I think this is kind of the best combination between the Elizabeth Ward storage containers and then your just regular screw top containers. Because here's the thing with Elizabeth Ward, and I have some. I like the Elizabeth Ward too, but for me, I don't like figuring out which color is going to go into each container because they're different sizes. I love the more uniform containers that just, for me, from my mind, that's easier. But then the thing is with the screw top bottles, which again, I love, those typically are my, just my go-to one. I mean, I'll be honest, guys, there have been times where I knock one over and the lid wasn't quite on and it spills all over. These, it's very hard to knock over because they're all together. So, they're lower, they're shorter than, the taller screw top bottle. So, like kind of lower center of gravity, it's not going to knock over as much. So these might be ones that I really start working with more, just because for me, it just makes sense. I just really like them. And I like how it's kind of nice too, because like, see, I have my, my sticker here with the picture, and, I can just kind of slide it inside here and close it so I know which one I'm working on. Or if you really want to, you can close these, and it's got this little clear plastic thing that you could put in, the small, how DAC has the small stickers also that come with it. You could just slide it right in here so that this one is for the right painting. So yeah, so definitely am really liking these. So yeah, they were on sale for like 15 bucks each. But then honestly, on Amazon, I think part of it too is Michael's. And for those of you who aren't in the States, Michael's is a, big chain craft store. And I typically think they kind of overprice things anyways. So when it is on sale, you think you're getting a deal, but then you look on Amazon and it's kind of like, oh no, that's how it's priced all the time, or really any other website. So I do think Michael's is a little bit guilty of that. Because on Amazon, these are about like 20 bucks each, so not much more. So, all right, we're going to get right into it. So I hope everyone is doing well. First of all, I just want to thank everyone. When I said I was taking a little bit of a break, I feel really bad now because I think I like maybe had concerned people, because I did have people reach out saying, hey, are you okay? Is everything all right? Which was really sweet. So I feel bad because I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to scare people. Also, see how this lined up, guys? Looks really nice. So I was like, oh gosh, I really did not mean to worry people or anything. But thank you guys so much for like reaching out. That was super sweet. Like, again, it just shows this community is so caring and so kind. And, I think we all look out for each other, which is awesome. But yeah, I mean, I was fine, guys. So the reason I took a kind of social media hiatus is, first of all, for me, last week was Holy Week, and that is the week, that is building up to Easter or Good Friday and all that. And part of me just wanted to just kind of take a break and focus on that. That's just something that for my own personal life, I'm a pretty spiritual person, to say the least. And so that was important to me to kind of get focused to that and kind of get my heart and my mind in the right place for things and to prepare for Easter. So that was one of the reasons, obviously. That's probably the main reason. And then another reason was, there's actually multiple reasons, really. So another reason was my husband had a few doctor's appointments, and I just, wanted to be available for him to talk to and all that. Think everything's fine. So just to say that now is everything is fine. But, when there's kind of new doctor's appointments or there's new things they need to kind of look into, I think it always kind of spurs a little bit of worry, obviously. It definitely gives you a little bit of anxiety. And so part of me, I'm just like, okay, my husband has always been the calm one for me when I have, my anxiety, or when I have had, an autistic meltdown or something like that. And so, thankfully I was in the position where I got to be that for him. So that was really important to me, and so that was good. So everything was fine with that. Third reason is, part of it is I've been really busy looking at houses, and no, we are not moving, but I put a little too much putty in my placer. There we go. We are not moving, but one of the things that I do, so I was a teacher for 12 years, for any of you who are new viewers. And after 12 years, decided it just wasn't for me anymore. I had been a special education teacher, and yeah, just, it was time to go. And so my husband and I, though, so my husband works full-time at a bank. He's a banker. But we also have a couple of rental properties, and we like to do that. So, just providing, affordable housing and rentals to people who need it. So that's kind of our second job. Well, my husband's second job, my only job. So I do a lot of that with like the everyday management of them, and always looking for new houses. And the thing is, it's spring. Spring is definitely here. And with spring, the housing market typically gets pretty busy. So especially where we are. And so yeah, it's always kind of a good time to kind of look, maybe see, hey, is there a new property we could acquire to make into a rental? And a lot of the properties we kind of look into We don't flip them, not like that, but we do some rehab on them because, some of them need, a lot of the houses where I am, they're pretty old. They're, built in the 1950s, 1940s, some even in the 1920s. And so with that comes new electrical, new plumbing, things like that. And so we typically like to find those houses and just get them up to code, make them safe, and, find people to live in them. So that's been kind of busy. Oh, I got putty on my thing. Oh, shoot. You know what, though? A drill's going to cover it up. Oh, guys, sometimes that happens when you get putty stuck. But, there we go. It's going to cover it. So, yeah, it's just been kind of busy with that, too. Just looking at different houses and seeing, what's available. So, been busy with that. So, that was another reason why I took a hiatus. And then, really, that was about it. I know, it is Autism Awareness Acceptance Month as well. And obviously, I do have thoughts on that. I wasn't going to share them in this WIP and Chat because, frankly, I didn't want to get into it just yet. I really wanted to do a WIP and Chat where I just wanted to check in on everybody, let you know what's going on here before I get into, everything regarding autism awareness, autism acceptance, things like that. Because I obviously have views on that, being autistic myself and also having an autistic daughter. But I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna kind of wait, kind of process some things, because typically during this month, you do see a lot of content, some great, and some I think is personally, in my opinion, can be kind of detrimental and does the reverse effect of what they're trying to do. So that was kind of another reason why I stayed off social media, because you do tend to see a lot of that during this month. And I just have some certain views on that, some certain thoughts. Again, I won't get into it during this WIP and Chat, but I am going to. I am going to address some of those things. I just didn't want to with my first WIP and Chat after kind of a hiatus. So that was kind of the last reason why I stayed away from social media, because you just, unfortunately, again, you see some great, those drills just came right out. The spout is awesome. It just works really well. So yeah, it was just kind of like, I'll just kind of bid my time and, let you guys know about more of my thoughts on that coming up. We still have, we're not even in the middle of April yet. So there's definitely time, and I definitely intend to share some more thoughts on you with that. But so that was my break anyway. So that was why. And again, I really appreciate, there's a little piece of plastic there. I really appreciate everyone's well wishes. Was really sweet of people just checking in. I apologize if I made anyone worry or things like that. I probably should have been more like, I just kind of said, hey, I'm taking a break. And then I feel bad because people were just like, oh my goodness, are you okay? Which again was so sweet. But I'm like, oh no, I didn't mean to cause anyone to worry. That's the last thing I want, is for people to worry about me. So, anyways, I apologize for that. But again, very sweet, and always appreciate this community. Again, I really do think we look out for each other, and you can't beat that. It's pretty awesome. So I don't know why, guys. I'm kind of in the mood to single place right now. I am getting better at multi-placing rounds, but for some reason, multi-placing rounds is harder for me than multi-placing squares. So let me know if you're like that. Do you prefer multi-placing squares or multi-placing rounds? Because I almost feel that squares are a little easier. I will also say with this canvas though, because this is a round drill, I know there have been some people who have said like they can't see the little round outline to see where to place the drill. You can see these on here. I can't get a close-up of it right now, but you can. So this canvas has just been wonderful to work on because you can see the little round outline so you know where to put the drills, which has been absolutely awesome. So I actually feel like this canvas, my rows are straighter, but it's because I can see that little round outline, which has been very helpful. So, oh, did I have a piece? Oh, let's look at the, oh no. Uh-oh, I saw the piece that looks like it came off. I need to slide that over. That's weird, because I did that piece. Huh, a little piece came loose. That's odd. That's never happened before. All right. So, yeah, so that was why I took a hiatus. But again, very, very appreciative of just everyone's well wishes, checking in, just always very kind. And again, it's always very, very much appreciated. So what has been going on though? So besides looking at houses and, you know, just things like that, one of the things that I'm really enjoying right now is, I don't know, I think I got so I'd started reading again in January, and I'm a huge reader, or at least I was. Then I kind of got into diamond painting, and that kind of took over everything, as it usually does with all of us when we get into it. But I had talked to you guys about it before. I'd read a book called Remarkably Bright Creatures, which was really good. It was like about an octopus, and just super, super cute book. Really, really enjoyed it. So I'd read that in January. Then I was going to read Spare by Prince Harry, because Prince Harry had, you know, written that book. And I was like, well, I'm curious about it. I'm not really into the royals per se, but to me, it was more like it's kind of unprecedented for a living, working royal to write a book. That's not typically done. So, of course, I wanted to read that, and kind of honestly what ended up happening, guys, is I got maybe about a quarter of the way through it, and I don't know, it just was not holding my interest. And I don't think it's because it was like poorly written or anything like that. I think it was just more like, I don't know, you know, I think sometimes you just have to be in a mood for a certain book. And I think I just wasn't really in the mood for it. And I'm one of those people, I used to be one of those people that, you know, if I got a book, I'm like, even if I didn't like it, I'm like, no, I've got to read it. I've got to get through it anyways. I chose to read this. I'm going to finish it. So I don't know how many of you are like that, but that is definitely how I was. You know, it was kind of like, nope, I chose this book. I'm going to finish it. And I am so not like that anymore. If there's a book that I'm reading and I don't like it, I'm like, yep, okay, yeah, not going to finish it. So I've evolved. I'm at the point where I'm like, you know what? I am not going to waste my time on a bad book. Or at least a book that I find bad. You know, other people may find it amazing, but I'm just like, no, if I'm not into it, I am not going to force this. It's just not going to work. It's not my thing right now. And maybe it will be later. Maybe it will be, you know, in a couple months from now, I'll be in the mood for it and try it again. But right now, if I'm not in the mood to read that book, I'm not going to force it. So that's kind of what I did with Spare. I ended up just putting it away, and yeah, you know what? Maybe down the road I'll read it. But right now, I'm just, yeah, I don't know. I really do. I think sometimes you really have to be in the headspace for certain books. And that just was not doing it for me. So, yeah, I put it aside. So, but again, I had kind of been, so really didn't read again for like most of March. Oh, that's not sticking. So I really hadn't read a book in February. That's just, you know what I've noticed, guys, with this canvas, there's been a couple spots where it's just not sticking, and I find that really odd. There's no plastic. I'm not sure. There's been a couple of times. I don't know why. There we go. Yeah, I have found that with that canvas, a little couple little spots that just don't seem to be as sticky, which I was like, that's kind of odd. That's typically not like Diamond Art Club. But, you know, I suppose it happens. Because you kind of saw that up there earlier. I was fixing a corner up here because a piece came loose. And I'm like, that's weird. Because I did this piece, you know, at the beginning of this month. So I'm like, you would think it would have totally, you know, kind of sunk in and been fine. But it wasn't. So, did not really read for February or March. Then I was kind of like, I don't feel like reading now. But then, I don't know, guys. So, kind of during my little social media break, so we were at Costco one day, and my husband and I went to Costco, and we were, you know, just getting some groceries. And I always like looking at the books at Costco, because they usually have like a lot of the new releases, and they're for a good price. So, that's typically where I get all my books, is Costco. Along with everything else. I think like half my wardrobe is from Costco too. I'm there way too much. Even my daughter likes Costco. It's kind of funny. She's even like, when are we going to go to Costco? So yeah, Costco is definitely a frequented place for my family. But I was looking at their books, and I had seen the Bridgerton series. So for those of you who don't know, Bridgerton, it's like a huge show on Netflix. It was like super popular, got a little, I guess maybe not controversial, but there was a lot of talk about it for certain reasons. And I honestly did not watch it. I have still not seen the series Bridgerton. I have not watched it. It just was like, you know. Because part of it too, guys, I was a huge Downton Abbey fan when that show was on. Like, I loved that show. I mean, that was the show that I made sure I recorded every Sunday and then would watch. Like, that was my Sunday night ritual, was to watch Downton Abbey. And I really, after that show ended, I was kind of like, oh, nothing will ever replace it. So that's why, like, when Bridgerton came out, and, you know, it was kind of not the same era, but close, I was kind of like, no, I'm good. Like, no, nothing will ever compare to Downton Abbey. That was my show. But sure enough, so I was at Costco, and they had the book sets there, and it was kind of cool. So they had like the whole boxed book set. So there's 8 actual Bridgerton books, like the original. And there was 8 of them, so they were in these cool little box sets. And I don't know, guys, for some reason, I went over, kind of looked at the box set. It was a really good price. So I think it was like $25 for 4 books, and then another. So, you know, it was like $50 for all 8. But I'm like, that still equates to, you know, less than like $7 a book. So I'm like, that's pretty good. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to try these books. Why not? So I did. And oh my gosh, guys. Yeah, like, they're delightful. They are such fun books. They're super fast reads. So yeah, just last week alone, I read the first and second one. So the first one is The Duke and I. That's the original title, was The Duke and I. And then the next one, the second one, is The Viscount Who Loved Me. So yeah, guys, I blew through the first 2 books. Now, will I say, because I know the show from what I've heard, like, you know, a lot of people are like, holy moly, like let's say there's some steaminess in it, I think, for lack of better words, right? So that's what I've heard. And it is no different with the book. The book definitely has some adult scenes, we'll say it like that. So if that is not something you want to read, then don't read them. Because it does. It definitely has some. Now, from what I've heard from the show, I heard the show was pretty, like, whoa, I guess, for lack of better words. Like, whoa, like, they really went there. The book, I don't see that. I think it's, in my opinion, pretty mild. I think the show, for what it sounds like, and I've kind of now read some other reviews of the books because I kind of like reading reviews of books after I've read them. It kind of sounds like a lot of people say the same thing. Like the show kind of took it to a new level, and the books are not nearly as salacious as the show. So something to consider if you're thinking about reading them. But yeah, honestly, they're just kind of fun. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the first two just because it's a fun storyline, and so they're all about different members of this family. There's like 8 siblings, and so each book is about a different sibling. And it's just kind of a cute family. Like, if anything, I like them because I'm like, oh, like they're just kind of a fun family to read about. So I've enjoyed them so far. So I finished the first 2, which was, again, the Duke and I and the Vicomte Who Loved Me. And then I was like, well, okay, I'm a quarter of the way through the series. I don't think I could read all 8 of them back to back, all that. Because I'm just like, I might need a break in between. So I kind of did that. So I read the first 2. And then there was a book that I'd always wanted to read. It came out last year. And I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. And it's called The School for Good Mothers. And it's kind of a dystopian, like futuristic, like basically it's kind of, it goes into basically, it's kind of like, okay, we know mom shaming, right? We see that all over the internet, the whole mom shaming thing. And that's what this book kind of covers. It's like, well, what if our government took mom shaming to a whole new level? And, if you're caught doing something wrong with your child, or what society deems is wrong, right? That's why I'm talking about mom shaming. Then, like, what if they sent you to a place where you learn to be a good mom? So it's kind of a satire. It's kind of, kind of explores the different ways that we treat mothers differently than fathers. And I think how we're kind of more judgmental towards mothers than fathers. And again, this is just my opinion. So it was really interesting to read. Would I recommend it as a means to kind of show that, oh no, like, no, moms really are judged. I mean, I think they are judged more harshly than fathers are. So for that aspect, to kind of see that, yes, I would recommend the book. But I also would not recommend the book because, frankly, it was so incredibly depressing. Literally, there's very few books that I cry in, guys. Honestly, I think the last book I cried in was the 7th Harry Potter book. That was in my early 20s when it came out. The ending to this book, The School for Good Mothers, it made me cry. So again, I don't know. I go back and forth. I'm kind of 50-50 as far as recommending it because it really does, I think, capture the whole mom shaming stuff and how, I think mothers are held to different standards than fathers, and things of that sort. But at the same time, it was so depressing at the end. So I was just kind of like, yeah, like I don't remember. I really do think the last time I cried from a book was the 7th Harry Potter book. So it's been a while. It's been a very long time. So basically, guys, last week I read 3 books. I just powered right through them, and they were really good though. Like, I really did enjoy them. And it kind of felt good to read again. I'm really trying to make a habit of that more because, frankly, I'm a pretty fast reader too. I always have been. I'm I don't know if I'd consider myself hyperlexic, but I was as a kid. So I've always kind of had a really good reading skills. That's just kind of one of my strengths. So I do like to read when I can, when I'm interested in something. And so, yeah, it's been really fun just to be on a reading kick again. And also, another thing I've kind of gotten into, and let me know if you want me to like post pictures. I might on my Instagram account or on my community tab. Book journaling, but digital book journaling. That is something I've been really having fun with. So that's another reason I've been doing is now my YouTube feed, when I watch videos, of course it's still of diamond paintings and all the amazing content creators that I love to support, but also I have a lot of videos now saved on digital book journaling and like using GoodNotes and digital stickers and stuff like that. I am having so much fun learning about that. That's like a whole new thing to learn about for me, and it's really fun. So I've been enjoying learning more about digital book journaling and things like that. And then part of it too is I can't believe I've never had really used it before, but GoodNotes. Oh my gosh. So I use an iPad. That's usually what I use for everything that I like. I use it for everything. I use it for typing things, for, Word documents, all that. And I pretty much use my iPad as pretty much like a makeshift laptop. And oh my goodness, guys, why didn't I know about GoodNotes? Like, let me know in the comments if you're a GoodNotes user, because I'm completely obsessed with GoodNotes now. Like, I absolutely love it. It is so much fun. And so I've been doing my book journaling on GoodNotes. But then I was almost like as I was doing book journaling, like it came to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this needs to be a diamond painting log. So I might be working on that soon, guys. I'm still trying to throw some ideas together as far as, could you do a digital diamond painting log using GoodNotes? So I am kind of, thinking about that, seeing what that would look like. So I will definitely let you guys know, or, you'll just see it when I make a video of it. But yeah, I'm just like, this would be so cool to do that, because I'm kind of getting away from, it's bad, guys. I really have not logged in my diamond paintings that I've completed into my, and I had made a video. That was like one of the first videos I made, was my diamond painting log. And I just have not been using it as frequently as before. So I may end up changing my diamond painting log to a digital source, just because that was kind of another thing I did last week too, is, spring is here. So for me, that automatically means spring cleaning and decluttering. And I'm always kind of redoing things in my craft room and kind of figuring out, okay, what do I really need? What do I not need? And that was kind of one of them. Like, I have these cool little, A5 planners, and I still use a paper planner for, planning my appointments and to-do lists and things like that. I'm not ready to go digital on that. But like with my diamond painting log and everything, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I really want to do a paper diamond log anymore. I'm like, I think I'd rather just do it digitally, and it saves space. It kind of takes up less room on my desk. And I have a big desk. I have like a huge L-shaped desk, which that's another video I'm going to be doing, is I'm like, you know what? I need to show everyone my actual craft space. Like, I haven't really showed you guys before, and I'm like, I need to do that. I think that'd be kind of fun. I mean, it's always a work in progress. It's never, ever finished or the way I want it exactly, but I thought, I'm like, you know what? That might be fun to show you guys, is to really show you kind of my setup and how I actually work. But yeah, so totally obsessed with GoodNotes right now and digital book journaling. So yeah, I'm having so much fun with it, and I'm kind of like, you know what? I don't think I'd do any videos on digital book journaling just because YouTube tends to not like when you go off your path, so to speak. And I mean, mine is definitely, the majority is diamond painting. So YouTube typically doesn't like it if you're like, no, I want to do a video about this now. And YouTube's like, no. But we'll see. Because part of me, I'm like, I don't really care what YouTube says either. So I just may make whatever I want. And you know what? Fine. If YouTube doesn't like it, it just is what it is. But yeah. So I may end up doing some videos on that too, just because it is really fun. And again, this whole channel is always about sharing what I love. And you know, what I love isn't all diamond painting. So I figured, why not just go with it? It just is what it is. And my interests vary too. And I think, you know, this is also for those of you who may be ADHD or again, neurodivergent, is I do tend to hyperfixate on my interests. I get really, really into them. And then they just kind of, it's almost like I rotate through them. And my husband has always said that about me, because he's like, oh yeah, like, he's like, oh, because I'll be like, ooh, I want to learn about this. And my husband Blake is like, of course you do, Hannah, because it's time for you to have a new hobby. Because I kind of rotate through them. And I get hyper fixated on one, and that's all I do. And then I'm like, okay, time to kind of change, switch it out. I'll work on a different hobby, and then I cycle back to the old hobbies. So I think the only one, now this is funny, the only one that I have really continuously done is diamond painting. I have not taken a break from diamond painting as of yet. And at the end of April, it's going to be my 1-year diamond painting anniversary. So pretty excited, but I'm going to address that in a later WIP and Chat about just kind of reflections on that and things. So that'll be coming up, you know, in the near future, definitely this month, because it marks a year. But yeah, this is kind of the one hobby I've stuck with for longer than, you know, 3 or 6 months. So that's just what I do, guys. I cycle through hobbies. Let me know if any of you are like that. And again, even if you're not neurodivergent, like a lot of people do. So, you know, I don't think it's specifically to neurodivergent people. I definitely think neurodivergent people have more of a tendency to do that. But again, it's not a rule or anything like that. So yeah, let me know if you guys are like that too. If you're just kind of like, oh yeah, I get into a hobby, I do it, and then I put it aside, work on another hobby, and cycle through things. So yeah, I'm going to see how long I've been going on. Oh wow, guys, I've been going on for about 43 minutes. So I think that actually may be a good place to stop, because I always try to keep it like, you know, between 45-50 minutes. So we're pretty much there. Anyways, yeah, so I know this was kind of more rambles today, but I really am happy to be back. This WIP and Chat is just, I love WIP and Chats. I think they're so fun. I love knowing how you guys are doing. So please make sure you let me know how you're doing in the comments. Let me know what you're working on. I would love to know. You know, if you're enjoying springtime right now. I mean, here it has literally been in the 80s. It has been so wonderful. I've been wearing shorts all week. It's been the best thing ever. And yeah, like it's just super happy vibes right now. I'm loving this canvas. This is probably one of my favorite canvases I've ever worked on. It just, the color palette. Ooh, before I go, guys, hold on. I do have to show you the ABs in this canvas, because they're just so pretty. So this is what got me with this kit. Look at this. You got like a pretty mint green and this gorgeous pale pink AB. They have made me so happy. I don't know what it is about them, but they're just beautiful. So yeah, this whole canvas has just been absolutely beautiful. And I know it's not in stock right now, but hopefully Diamond Art Club will get it back into stock soon, because it really is a gorgeous piece. And for me, I'm doing this piece too. I posted on Instagram and Facebook how I totally interpret this girl like she could totally be autistic to me. And it just made me so happy. And my daughter absolutely loves this image, and she's kind of getting into that tween age, and she wants more art. She wants different artwork for her room. So I'm actually completing this to put in her room as well, and she's very excited about it. So she's gonna be 9 next month, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a 9-year-old. It's crazy. But anyways, that is it for today. So hopefully you kind of enjoyed my ramblings today. I usually try to be more on topic and kind of go in a sequential order, but today it was just a ramble day. It just is what it is. But yes, I hope this video brought a little bit of joy to your day. It always brings joy to me making them. It's just so much fun. And I just appreciate, again, your guys' support. If you're new here and this is something that you like, hit that like and subscribe button. I really always appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys just being so encouraging, checking on me while I took this little break. And as you can see, I'm super energized. I'm super excited to make more content again. I'm going to be trying to ramp it up more. I've got some really fun projects coming my way. I've got some really fun canvases for Summer of the Masters hosted by Katie and Anthony. So yeah, lots of fun things coming up. And sometimes you just need to recharge your battery. That's exactly what I did. And I, again, appreciate all your guys' support. So anyhow, everyone, I hope you take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.